A bit of news from the world of Formula 1 before we get into the weekend here at GPFans, and we're still talking about Lewis Hamilton's future in the sport as Toto Wolff discusses his number one driver, and Brawn reveals that it was the drivers themselves that forced Formula 1 to change for 2022. Just a reminder before we go any further into the headlines that you can hit the subscribe button down below and stay up to date with all of the news and views from around the world of Formula 1. You can also do that by going to gpfans.com as well, and GPFans Global on Twitter and Instagram. But now, let's get into the headlines this Friday. Toto Wolff has revealed that the disappointment of how last season's Drivers' World Championship was lost still runs very deep inside Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton is still staying silent over what happened in Abu Dhabi, with rumours flying around speculating that the British driver will be off and leaving the sport before the start of the new season. In the immediate aftermath of the race at the Yas Marina circuit, Wolff mentioned that both he and Hamilton were feeling disillusionment with the way the FIA and race director Michael Masi handled the final laps of the season, and apparently those feelings still remain. Masi's role appears to be up in the air for next season, and the FIA are currently running an inquiry into last year's finale, with details expected in February regarding any potential changes to handling such situations, with some wondering if the results of the inquiry will tip the scales on Hamilton's decision whether he will remain in the sport or not. Asked in an interview with Automotor and Sport as to how deep the disappointment runs after losing out on the Drivers' World Championship, Wolff said, "It's very deep. Lewis, I and the whole team are disillusioned. We love this sport because it's honest. The stopwatch never lies. But if we break the fundamental principle of fairness and the stopwatch is no longer relevant, then you doubt this sport, that all your work, blood, sweat and tears can be taken away from you. It's going to take a long time to digest. I don't think we'll ever get over that, especially Lewis as a driver. At least we can try together with the FIA to do better in the future. I expect actions and not just words," said Wolff, regarding the FIA's inquiry and their possible plan of action. "In a sport that's supposed to be a sport, we can't freestyle like that with the set of rules. Before the start of the new season, there must be clarity about the rules so that every driver, team and fan knows what is allowed and what is not. In the end, we provide entertainment, but no decision should break the rules for the sake of the show." If Hamilton does return, Wolff is fully expecting him to display the qualities of a 7-time champion and take the fight to whichever driver will prove to be his main rival. "The capacity of Lewis is often wrongly questioned," remarked Wolff. Even after the events in Abu Dhabi, he immediately congratulated Max. "Lewis only wants one thing: fair competition on the track. We will deliver that." Talking of the FIA, Brawn has revealed that it was the drivers' criticism of the car's raceability that forced Formula 1 to radically change its regulations for the upcoming 2022 season. In just a few weeks, we'll see the new cars being revealed under Formula 1's new aerodynamic regulations that have been brought in to bring closer racing and to increase overtaking. The initial project to revamp the sport began back in 2017, soon after F1's takeover by Liberty Media and the appointment of Brawn as managing director, and he was quick to form a group that was given the task to improve the on-track spectacle. The resulting discussions with the drivers revealed that they were rather frustrated that Formula 1 cars would lose around half their aerodynamic downforce when 2 car lengths behind a rival, while the new cars for 2022 have cut that figure to just 10 to 15%. When Brawn was asked by the New York Times if he was surprised by those figures, he said, "Quite frankly, no. It's not only the way the airflow goes around the car, it's the criticality of the design of the car. If you look at the modern Formula 1 car, just behind the front wheels around the front wing, it has an awful lot of complex aerodynamic shapes. They're designed to work in free air. As soon as you get disturbed airflow from a car in front, they just stop functioning. So I wasn't altogether surprised when I saw how much the performance dropped off." In interviewing drivers about this issue when we first started, we spoke to a lot of drivers who'd raced other Formulae or sports cars or other forms of racing car, and they all said Formula 1 cars are dreadful. We spoke to drivers who were racing sports cars or had come up through Formula 2, and they all said the same. They said that once they hit Formula 1, they were driving a car where they couldn't get near to the car in front without feeling that loss of performance, something they hadn't experienced in other formulae. So the new cars in Formula 1 may go hand in hand a little with any other changes that come from this FIA inquiry into what happened at the Yas Marina circuit last season. Let us know in the comments section below how much you're looking forward to the new cars getting on track and seeing them for the first time. Remember, all of those reveals start in around about early February, and of course hit the subscribe button to stay with us here at GP Fans.